You may notice that the last episode was only published today.
I did notice that, and I was appalled.
We were on the verge of not having an episode today because if I haven't published a previous episode, there's no point in recording the next one. I'm struggling big time in fitting time in to even publish an episode. That didn't even require editing, just the titles at the beginning and the end and publish.
How long was it last week?
Massively oversubscribed at the moment, and I've got a con to try and organise. So I'm struggling big. I'm just telling you now, I am struggling big time coping with doing this. The mountain of editing I've got to do, and haven't even started organising a convention yet, so I'm really, really struggling. So this is why I'd like to make it a little bit slicker, if possible.
APV services, Lavazzi and book1.co.uk present the 20 megabyte Doctor Who podcast.
Hello and welcome to the 20 megabyte Doctor Who podcast, episode 539. I'm Adam, and you're probably a vegetarian, aren't you, you great flop-haired wuss? And here's, I can't believe I'm saying this, Debbie Melrose.
So maybe what rings true isn't so simple.
I can't believe I'm saying this, Robert Haynes.
You came here by mistake, didn't you?
I'm sadly saying this, Kirby Bartlett Sloan.
If you had any more tawdry quirks...
Oh, careful what you're saying there, Kirby. The lovely, delectable, wonderful Ben Shoveler.
Oh, that was good. Even I was looking at my computer thinking, well, it's got to be Mary. Surely.
Don't remember that being a quote on the programme. And Mary Lang.
Anyway, hold on, I haven't
Oh,
done my
sorry,
quote.
I thought that was your quote.
Oh yeah, because that was
the
bit in the Doctor Who episode where they were looking at computer monitors talking on Skype. I remember that bit now. Anyway, I'll do my quote for you.
Thank you.
I don't have a quote because I didn't obviously watch the episode because it's off. But I would just like to point out I do love the enthusiasm at the start of every episode and how it's waned, and in your final link from the difference from your first link is just phenomenal. It's something I've noticed recently. So congratulations, Adam. Here's Mary Bartlett Sloan. She's got married this week, apparently.
I think she sounds, by the silence, sounds a bit insulted by that. So I'll do it then. Mary Lang.
There is a Mary Bartlett Sloan, one of my daughters.
Oh, God. I haven't got my priority jingle folder going. Mary
Melrose.
If we're going to die, let's die looking like a Peruvian folk band.
I love that one, yes.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just trying to find my priority jingles folder. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, I just prioritised my priority jingle folder.
Is it prioritism now?
Right then, stuff coming through on the live feed. Lillian Robin surprised Bryce says hi, which is fine. But Annette's comment, "You're late," was not. Terry Miles, good evening, everyone.
It is correct, however. You were late.
No, I wasn't.
Yes.
I was here. I was on time. I was just finding the script I sent Jessica Martin was missing a half a paragraph of text. And I thought, I've got to rewrite it. Not only have I got to rewrite it, I've got to remember what I wrote, and I can't.
Oh,
anyway.
We were even predicting that she was going to say that you were late.
Here
Brandon Moore
with your
says, sorry I'm late, I swallowed a planet. Right then, so anyway, the episode, Amy's Choice, the episode we're reviewing very, very quickly this week, starts with a very odd sort of shot of Rory with a ponytail and a very, very heavily pregnant
Rory.
Amy. And then the TARDIS arrives. And the Doctor hasn't seen him for a bit, because obviously she's... Yes?
Sorry, do I have to say master, because that's not my thing?
What?
No.
Okay.
That's Kirby's
Adam,
thing.
I know a way we can make this bit quicker.
Yeah, but that might be a little bit too quick.
Anyway,
No.
No. Oh, in all seriousness, what we need to do is record it at normal speed, but then when you put it out in the podcast, you speed it up.
No.
And that way, it goes really quickly.
I don't think that'll work. Anyway, I just lost about a minute of my life there listening to that ridiculous suggestion. Anyway, so the Doctor has a little bit of a wander around this quaint little village with
it is super quaint, isn't
Planet Woman and Ponytail Man.
Saccharine.
Yeah, and after a period of time, a load of birds starts tweeting and they nod off, and then suddenly we're in the TARDIS. And, the Doctor sees that something odd's going on, but not before long. Hang on, it's not scrolling through very fast. They're back in the village, back on the bench. And the Doctor is a bit, I don't know, what's going on here? And
you are number 6.
Are you sure it wasn't something ood going on?
No. Anyway, so the title sequence manages to salvage a little bit of my life. Oh dear, what's happened there? Oh, it just says very low FPS. Obviously, my computer's struggling because I've been busy working on it, you see, and it's probably used up a load of its memory. Where do we go up to? Oh yeah, so I'm trying to get through the bit I just scrolled through. Went back to the beginning again, which is very annoying. Yeah, so come on. Right, sorry. Oh, Amy's carrying a spanner inside the TARDIS.
Yes, one does.
Yeah, and then they're back in the village, and then you woke up. Hang on, that's another story, isn't it? They're back in the village again.
In America, they're actually not called
spanners.
No,
they're called wrenches, I believe.
They're called hammers.
Hammers?
Hammers, yes. Have you ever used a spanner as a hammer?
Screwdrivers are called hammers, sidewalks are called cars, and McDonald's are called Burger King.
No, McDonald's is called Wendy's.
Anyway,
Wendy's,
there's lots of old people in this village, the Doctor has noticed. They go to a residential home. I beg your pardon?
It keeps spitting snow all through the episode.
Thank you for that, Kirby. So they go to a residential home before finding themselves back in the TARDIS console room with the lights off because the power's gone. Somebody forgot to put 50p in the meter and the power's gone out. And then that chap that my mate Joe knows, I can't remember his name now, he played Dobby in the Harry Potter films.
Toby Jones.
Jones. I thought he's got a first name, Kirby.
Toby Jones. I said Toby.
You didn't. Yeah. If you listen back to the podcast, which you never do, it'll just be Jones. Anyway.
No. I heard it.
They all heard it. Just because you keep putting your ears out.
That's a first on the show, everybody. Everybody standing up for Kirby. That's got to be worth a ding. Right then.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
No, it wasn't for you. It's for everybody else. So he's sort of toying with the Doctor and his two friends.
Besides being Dobby, he was also a particularly evil MCU villain. I'm trying to remember.
He was a scientist, wasn't he?
Yeah,
which was that in?
Yeah.
Which one? Captain America?
Yeah, Captain
America.
I
think so, yeah.
I don't remember Captain America being evil, but there you go.
Captain Mannering.
Captain Mannering. He played Captain Mannering, didn't he? Oh no, was that someone else?
And he's in a really good Gomez video.
Gomez?
Whipping Piccadilly.
Yeah.
I thought I was thinking of the Addams Family when you said Gomez. Anyway, back to Doctor Who. Yeah, so they wake up back in the residential home. All the old people have gone, and the Doctor's wearing a rather horrible-looking itchy jumper.
Only one arm.
The Dream Lord is now just sort of merging himself into, every scene and manipulating them. I'm going to say now, because I don't know if it's at this part of the story, they've got to decide which is real or reality and which is a dream.
It's Amy's choice.
It's the choice. In fact, it becomes Amy's choice in the end. Yeah. I think the Doctor makes it Amy's choice, doesn't he? I can't remember now, I don't really care. Anyway, so...
sums it up, really.
They get back into the TARDIS, and 1 minute they're in the TARDIS, and they're getting colder and colder. And I did think
getting frosty.
Yeah, I did think the I'm really cold acting was a bit over the top. I mean, they all sat there holding themselves like this and rubbing their arms and stuff like that. I thought that was a little bit sort of overdone somewhat.
Yeah, but Adam, have you ever been that cold?
Yeah, have you?
Have you ever been in a TARDIS that
No, I have been in a few
TARDIS.
Until then, Adam, I'm afraid.
I'm sorry, I have been in a few TARDIS console rooms. Well, 2 to be
Coldness
precise.
of deep space seeping into your bones. Yeah.
Whatever.
And people do. They rub
Unfortunately,
rub things because that creates friction, which makes heat.
I know, but it's just...
That's why we shiver.
It just seemed a little bit over the top to me, but there you go.
yeah, unfortunately, I ran out of the full-length the full-length confidentials. I remember that the full-length confidential goes into the makeup and making the TARDIS look cold and making them look cold. But unfortunately, that's not on the cut-down confidential.
Oh.
Thank you for that,
I've
Kirby.
got all the confidentials, by the way.
Brandon Moore says, Arnim Zola.
Yes, he's from Captain America, the 2 Captain America.
Oh, yes. Zola, that's one of his favourite villains, actually, Arnim Zola. Anyway, moving on. Rory, I do love that. It's very nice scenery.
Cheese, yes.
The scenery in this episode is very nice. I say, nice village, nice castle. And then the very menacing oldies show up in a group to attack them. In their mouths, they have these...
Didn't that old lady recently die?
I really don't know, but in their mouths they've got these TARDIS eye stalks.
No.
Oh no, that was a different episode, wasn't it?
Did who die?
The Doctor.
The old lady in it.
Oh, probably so. This was made about 10 years ago. It doesn't surprise me that one of the older people in the episode died.
Yeah.
Must be a long couple.
You know the guy who played Agador?
Yes, he's one of the old guys.
Yeah.
Did he? Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, they become menacing. They open their mouths up and they've got these sort of eye things in their mouths.
Yeah, that's when Isla ran away, that one.
Oh, come on.
She was there listening, trying to talk to me, and then, oh, bye, thank you.
Then Amy goes into labour, but doesn't, because she's just sort of doesn't know what going into labour is like. So. And then the funniest scene is when they obviously have been chased around the village by these old people with Zimmer frames. I use the word chased in a sort of ironic way.
Yes.
In the way that I chase people with my speed when I run, that kind of chasing.
No, slower than that. Anyway, so...
Blimey.
Yeah, so Rory then bats some old lady with a bit of wood, which was quite amusing in itself. And they sort of hide in the house while the Doctor, meanwhile, is trying to blot out the tinnitus. Oh, sorry, birds tweeting in his ears. He arrives in the butcher's. And this is where we had that wonderful quote that I love about the floppy-haired wuss, or whatever it was.
Yes.
And then he does eventually fall. He locks himself in the cupboard and falls asleep and ends up back in the TARDIS where it's even colder. But at least they found a few blankets and...
What doesn't sit right, Ben?
Well, just my comment there, and then Adam said it was even slower. I would like to point out the last time I went out for a run, I did 37-minute miles because my hip was so bad. Right, can I just say? Yesterday, I went out for a walk and I did a mile in 27 minutes.
The mere fact that you mentioned that implied that you weren't going very fast, because I was talking... Oh, never mind.
No. You were making it sound like I was going too fast. I don't think you were getting how slowly I used to do it. But now, look at me walk faster than I can run.
That's what she said. So anyway, they've now got blankets and hoodies to keep themselves warm. Yeah, I noticed the Doctor's actually got a poncho. I do apologise for being... When I say blanket, the Doctor's wearing a poncho. Anyway, so the time is approaching for Amy to make her choice.
For everybody.
And these creatures, these aliens that spit something at people, we don't find out what they spit at people until one spits at Rory a bit later on the episodes and turns him into the very early
can I tell you
turning
something,
into
then?
Dust special effect. No, you can't, Robert.
No, how come that guy riding that bicycle, he got whatever it is that happened to him, dissolved.
Turned into dust.
Very quickly, and yet Rory has got enough so that...
Because Rory has got a different contract, Robert.
And also, Robert, it's a science fiction fantasy TV show.
Yeah. Anyway.
Still got to follow its own, rules that it sets up.
To a degree. So they all it's getting so cold in the TARDIS now that they're having a nap.
Logic.
Apart from Amy, who's having a conversation with the Dream Lord, who's being exceptionally smug. Very much like the 10th Doctor, but
don't forget that
slightly evil version. Thank you very much, Kirby.
Don't forget the ewe costume that the Dream Lord wears at one point.
The me costume. What do you mean the me? What do you mean he's wearing my costume? I've got a costume.
No, the ewe.
The ood costume. Oh right, the ood costume. Right. Okay.
Ewe.
Don't even remember that.
Lothario costume.
Anyway,
there you go.
Things are sort of getting a bit desperate for the ponds.
Costume.
And eventually, after some old lady climbs on the sort of the roof of the outhouse, Rory gets deaded for the first time. They keep killing Rory. Well, they do from now on.
Oh
my God, they're killing Rory.
And of course, this is the moment.
Front porch.
Pardon?
That's the front porch, not the outhouse.
Whatever.
We don't have front porches.
It is a front porch. It'll do nicely for me, but I said outhouse.
Veranda.
So I couldn't remember veranda.
I'm very sorry. Some
veranda
of us do
hut.
have front porches.
What do you mean you don't have front porches?
I don't know what they're talking about.
We call them
American
porches.
friends.
We don't call them front porches. Anyway.
I call mine a front porch because otherwise it gets confused with the porch at the back. Which is called the back porch, you see. That's how you differentiate between the porche la fronte and the porche la bacche.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the couple of things about this scene where Rory gets deaded. The pile of dust on the floor next to Amy reminds me of when I was at primary school, and if anyone was sick in the food hall, and they just let everybody carry on eating and just cover it with a pile of sawdust. I don't think they do that anymore. Anyway, so it used to walk into the food hall when it was your time for dinner, and there'd be several piles of sawdust in the.
And this was when Adam was in high school, by the way.
I never went to high school. I went to comprehensive school. And the other thing about it is this is when Amy realised that she loved Rory when he was.
But it was also the moment you missed out, which was the only good part of this episode, where the Doctor hit the old woman off the roof. Sorry, the front.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh, you remember that bit, do you?
Yeah,
Not interesting.
Come on.
Anyway, so this is what makes Amy decide that this isn't reality because she can't bear a reality without Rory. And so they crash the lovely VW van into the house, which is enough to kill them. I don't think it would have been actually because they weren't really driving that fast.
They don't go
maybe
that
off
fast.
a cliff might have done. Anyway, so they wake up and that's not.
They should have gone full young
ones.
Yeah, full young
yes.
ones. Look out, Cliff!
Maybe they should have taken Cliff with them.
So anyway, that turns out that Rory now tells Rory that she loves him and blah blah blah. But that's not reality either. So the Doctor crashes the TARDIS into the ice sun.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide?
If Russell T Davies is really clever, this is another opportunity he could have to sort of retcon everything after this part, but of course Matt Smith would still have been the Doctor. I haven't got a problem with that. But
that bit though reminds me of Red Dwarf. When back to reality, when they do the.
I like those sounds.
Yeah, Better Than Life episode where they're still in the game.
Yes. Anyway, so it's the Doctor crashes the TARDIS, and now things really are okay. But I'm not sure if Amy tells. Thank you. Amy tells Rory she loves him again, and they have a bit of a smooch, and the Doctor doesn't say get a room. Because there's always a danger there might be a conception of a river song or something like that. And that's the end of the episode. How do we do there? That's still pretty slow, really, 25 minutes. Well done, Kirby. I'm going to give Kirby a ding for keeping his gob shut. And yes, there we go. Right, so Dream... what's it called again? Oh, Amy's Choice. I was thinking Dream. They could have called this Dream World, couldn't they? No, it's not. We did it quicker last week.
No, it isn't. We used to be a lot quicker at this bit. Especially an episode that didn't engage us very well.
Yeah, no. Hang on, Debbie. Don't surmise. There are obviously elements of this story that are a bit silly because it was a dream, and I suppose dreams are a bit silly, so I haven't got a problem with that. I liked the concept of the ice sun. I thought it was quite cool. Don't think it's practically
quite cool.
In physics.
Very
hey, I'm going to give myself one of them. Yes.
You get a ding, yeah.
Yes, thank you for pointing that one out. Robert, you get one as well. And Kirby, you can have one just for the sake of it. There we go.
Hey, I haven't had one yet.
Today.
Yeah, so, it's one of those things where I quite actually enjoyed the episode. It's got a bit of an ensemble cast for starters, because Toby Jones is just an icon, and you've got another icon in Matt Smith, another one in, what's the other one, the gingerhead bird? Oh yeah, Karen Gillan. And It's a beautiful setting. For me, I just find it. It reminded me a little bit as one of those sort of mind robber episodes where it really didn't sort of make much sense because it wasn't essentially proper reality. So because they've done it with Mind Robber and a few other random Doctor Who episodes from time to time, I haven't really got a problem with that sort of weirdness. That sort of it's not really an episode because it's not a real story because they're not experiencing a real. It's all in minds. It's all in their minds, you see. But on the whole, I quite enjoy it. I think the aliens are a bit silly. Never been seen again, have they? Or since, or whatever. But
they can be silly.
Yeah, it's one of those rare things in a Stephen Moffat story where we do actually find out who the Dream Lord is, because normally in Moffat stories you'll find out later. Oh yeah, I forgot to find out, didn't we? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's okay. I don't think it's certainly better than a couple of the stories in this series.
That's
so I thought it was okay. I'm going to give it. I was going to give it marks out of 10. I'd give it 6.2. What did you think about it, Deborah Melrose?
Like you were saying with Stephen Moffat giving you the reveal at the end, it felt like a very self-contained episode, and it is what you would call a progressive episode because you get exactly how deeply Amy and Rory care for each other. This episode really gelled them for me, and that their relationship really does form the rest of the time they're with the Doctor, and it's that was a great take on from it. But as you said, they don't use the villains again. The premise of the dreaming, the what's the reality, what's the what's not, what is reality, are we in reality, what's reality anyway. I think that's explored quite well, but I think they leave in the typical Moffat way when he's not overly sure about what direction he wants things to go in because of the reality in the dreaming. It was like he threw it out there, saw how it was received, and went, no, I'm not going to bother with that again. Because it would have been great to have seen Toby Jones back. I think he turned this episode from being, for me, I don't enjoy this episode all that much, but I just found him in it. He's mesmerising to watch. Whatever he's in, he's mesmerising. And I have to say, the music again in this one is really well used, and the emotion from all of them, it's really well done. But I can't really invest in this as an episode, other than yes, they love each other really well. Right, where are we going with this then? That sort of thing. So it's one of those episodes where I'm very on the fence. Well,
careful, make sure you're not on one of those pointy bits because they can hurt.
Yeah, I know. I got a splinter the other day from doing it, but
I'm sure the next door neighbours are actually thrilled to bits about that.
I heard a much worse story than that, Debbie. If you
oh
want
my
to talk
God,
about
I don't
people
think I was
getting injured, males getting injured whilst climbing over fences.
You, Ben, was it?
No. I'd give it out of 5. It's about 2.5 out of 5 for me, this one.
2.0 out of 5. I did mine out of 10. That's so 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah,
it's about 7.5. My mathematics is never that good. That's why we have intellectual people on the show. That would be you then, Deb.
Yes.
So I'm going to go 5 out of 10 for you. So slightly lower than me then. Okay then, Mr. Robert Henrietta Haynes.
I was going to say, well, hey, did you swallow a planet?
There's no need for that. I'm sat in a position here where you can't see my midriff.
I was going to say, how dare you?
The thing is, what you got to remember, Robert, is it's Sunday evening. We've all just had our Sunday tea. That's why he looks so fat. If that's what you meant. I mean, if not,
it is what he meant. He'll imply otherwise, but I'm so pissed off. I bloody wrote a brilliant script for Jessica and Martin, and well, the only good thing about it is that she wrote back saying it was a really good script, but I hadn't finished. I looked back at it and there's like half of the best jokes missing. Carry on.
Oh God! You haven't been right. Oh, Adam, you haven't been trying to be right comedy, have you?
No, I just Jessica asked me to write a script, so I wrote a script. It was really she thinks it was really good, but it wasn't even finished. All the best, like I say, it was that half. I'm really pissed off.
Give us a joke
because I've got to try and remember them, and I can't remember.
What happened to the script?
That's the trouble with Microsoft bloody Word. It doesn't back up. You think you're saving it, and it saves it into a backup file, which is not actually a file. It's a chunk of memory, and as soon as you shut the program down, it's gone.
Really? Because my one always auto saves everything if it crashes.
Yeah, mine saves if I save it.
Well, there's nowhere to be found. It was come. Oh, never mind. Carry on. Sorry, you was talking, Robert. Carry on. While you're talking, I'll see if I can find this.
Yeah, I'm sort of remembering the first time that I watched this, and I was so enthralled with it, and just it was so gripping, and I was thinking, oh, what's the way out of this? What's the solution? And then I was let down when it says, oh, it's just the psychic space dust.
Yeah.
And I think, well, that sort of makes the jeopardy nothing.
That's how my inflatable tent feels, by the way, at the end of a holiday, Robert.
That's pretty much how I felt about it.
It feels let down.
Yeah, same here.
So, and knowing that was coming this time, it lessened the impact of the scenes of jeopardy, because you know it all really means nothing in the end. I mean, it serves really as just a thing to solidify Amy and Rory's romance, I think.
But when they were in the frozen TARDIS, everything was getting solidified.
Oh, you're fast and furious tonight, Adam.
That sounds like
that's because I had something yesterday I shouldn't have eaten.
Oh.
But yeah,
how was the sailor?
If they were in jeopardy, you ought to be using questions instead of answers.
God. Now that's a Kirby joke.
I didn't. Was that a joke?
That's an American joke.
Hang on. I'll have to listen to that back because I didn't get it. Sorry.
But yeah, it's. I quite like it as an episode, but just when you realise it's a bit of space dust that's making them have fun.
I forgot about that bit, the space dust thing.
Pollen. It's the space pollen.
And surely, how does he know he got rid of it all at the end of the way?
It got heated up in the TARDIS.
It blows it out.
How do you know he got all of it, though? Pollen goes everywhere,
There's
doesn't
always a bit underneath something, isn't there? Like a speaker or a fridge.
Isn't it annoying, though, Ben?
After
all that stuff they had to go through, whether it was real or not, all they needed was a few bit of antihistamines and it would have been fine.
Exactly.
Either that or a really big space hoover.
Amy's in there. She should polish the area, shouldn't she, ladies? Keep it a bit sort of cleaner.
They're all too busy playing football now.
Though, Adam.
No, I wasn't sexist.
They're all too busy playing football now.
Too busy playing football. Anyway, carry on. Sorry, I was getting a bit silly now. Come on, stop it.
If they'd had something better, it would have had more impact. So, as a rewatch, it doesn't suffice.
Doesn't
very
what?
Well.
It's not got the same emotional impact the second time round. When
you guys must have watched a different episode than I did.
We haven't got to you yet, Kirby. Thank you very much.
But even the relationship stuff, I still hate the way that Rory is getting treated.
Yes.
If you take for the fact that they like these shows to be a bit educational or to teach good morals or whatever,
Preachy.
The Doctor doesn't use guidance, that kind of stuff. Yeah, then you've got to show positive relationships and not, treating Rory like he's the joker of the bunch and, nobody takes him seriously.
Well, they did that to Mickey too.
Huh?
They did that to
Mickey. Exactly. Yeah, that kind of stuff. And I don't. It's sort of like it's done for comedy, and it's a very Moffat kind of touch. And maybe in another show, but in this, I think no. It's just I just get sick of it. It's just like let's pick on Rory, everything that Rory does, kind of thing, to make him look really stupid. And I
know, mate. They try and make him look stupid, Robert, but he's actually one of the strongest characters because he actually stands up to the Doctor.
Yeah, but they still make him look like an utter fool.
Yeah,
they do. Uh-huh.
But even with the
killing him,
Amy bossing him around kind of thing as well.
She's a woman. Women boss men around. Well, they do in my life anyway.
But yeah, I think well acted by especially Toby Jones. I think he does such a fabulous job, and he was so menacing. But as it turns out, it's just part of the Doctor's mean psyche.
Yes.
So you figure that one out.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's what came to my mind, Kirby.
Well,
I remember that back in the day.
Kirby mentioned, I think the last time we watched this, Kirby talked about it, the Valiant idea.
Actually, it was Master who brought up the Valiant. I
seem to remember it when it first came out. I think there was that speculation, though.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. It's not a bad episode by any means, but I just think for the fact that the main thing at the end is just like, oh, is that it kind of thing? And it's like, it sort of cheapens the impact of the Jeopardy, I think. So, yeah, that sort of let it down for me. But it's not bad, though.
Oh, sorry, if you finished. Kirby, what did you think?
The first time I saw this, I didn't like it. Not really at all. And every time I watch it, I enjoy it more and more. I really enjoyed watching this the other night, and I see more into it. I like how the Dream Lord is essentially the Valiard, and how the Doctor realizes it's himself. I have no problem with it being space pollen. I mean, there's silly. There's been other silly reasons for episodes that it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just what happened.
No, it's just after all the nice, horrible stuff that went on in the show. I think the fact that it's just this thing which is innocuous.
But nothing actually happened. It was all a dream.
Exactly.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like it. It's very definitely better than what we're talking about next week.
Yes.
Oh, God.
The best part about next week is you've got to bring.
Hey,
the next week.
This is Bella's favourite.
Yeah, you've got to bring Izzy in to say her line.
Oh, she didn't look particularly impressed with the plan when I asked her this evening, to be fair. But good luck with that one. I think she feels there might be a little bit of ribbing. Perhaps going her
you'll
way.
have to dig out
redo that.
Dig out the sound clip then.
I'm not going to do that because I think it's been overplayed. I good luck with that one. I've got a funny feeling she ain't going to show up.
You just dig out the sound clip.
I've got loads of. I've got the sound clips. Got loads. Shut up. Oh, sorry. Who was talking? I've lost where I was with this now.
I'm done.
You're done, are you? Right. Who have we done so far? We got myself. We've had Ben.
Me and Mary.
Kirby. Is it Mary next?
I haven't done mine yet.
Wasn't it?
We did yours, Ben. You haven't watched the program.
I may not have watched it this time, but I have watched it.
You didn't watch it last time either.
I do have an opinion.
Well, how can you have an opinion on something you haven't seen, you silly man?
I have seen it. Of course I've seen it.
Oh, go on then.
Oh, would you like Mary to go first?
No, I don't know. I'm just waiting for the potential for surprise.
Mary's always last. She counts most.
Now, as you all know, whenever I watch an episode, I always make meticulous notes, and then I compress them down into what I call a Doctor Who haiku. And this isn't a haiku, but it's just a couple of notes I've made. Right, not massively compelling due to nothingness plot, with a side helping of more overcomplicated Moffatness. Writing wasn't great. No VW camper has ever gone above 24 miles an hour, unless tinkered with by Guy Martin or maybe Chris Martin. And finally, Rory turned into concrete dust, underlined twice, not sand. Just for future reference, it was concrete dust, not sand. Sand is a completely different colour. That was clearly blue circle concrete. Mary.
Hang on. Right, I wasn't expecting that to be so abrupt, so you've left me in a little bit of... Where's that bloody jingle gone?
He's got to get his finger poised on the button.
Hang on, it's not poised on the button. Let's just go to alphabetic mode. I'm going to say... no, that's not... Hang on, am I in the right folder here? Has someone nicked my...
Yes.
No.
I did.
Him.
Mary.
I have a memory of liking.
I think she started, Ben. Shush.
I was still going, mate. I was still introducing you, Mary. And, you know, I mean, there's you know, that's like AJ and the bloke he was fighting last night starting before the bloke's finished going, let's get ready to rumble, and they start fighting in the middle of when he says rumble. Anyway, do carry on, Mary. I'm finished. Very listening.
When I first watched the Matt Smith episodes, and I think even on a rewatch, I just really enjoyed him. I enjoyed his energy. I enjoyed, his unpredictability as a Time Lord and the hints of, of his dark side and all that. But for some reason, watching this episode, it just felt like there were just a lot of Matt Smith quirkiness going on. And I found myself wishing that we had less of him in the story. I don't know. He just was not doing it for me in this episode. But the thing that I have to ask, is this the first time that companions are suggested as having a life outside of the TARDIS? I mean, I know it was a dream when he said, it's been 5 years. But Amy and Rory do end up having, their own life that he drops them off to. And I don't think there was a companion before this that had that. Does anybody have anything to...
No, it was only with the new series that they started doing the things of going back and visiting the companions and dropping them off.
Well, Rose did, didn't she?
Yeah. So that Rose had, her life.
But Rose stayed with him the whole time. There wasn't breaks. Whereas
no, but Martha does. Martha goes home and then comes back again.
Yeah.
Does she?
Yeah, she goes home and then she gets...
Sarah Jane comes back after many years.
Well, that's
only New Who. They didn't do it in the classic series.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, the person that I was comparing the Dream Lord to was the Celestial Toymaker, with his ability to, because he was so amused, and this was all a game, and putting them in danger and all that. So that's who me in mind
of that as well.
Or the Celestial Toymaker. And it's interesting that the episode is called Amy's Choice, because although they kept throwing at her, you get to decide, is this the dream or is this reality? And that, I think the choice went a whole lot deeper. And I think that even the Doctor's dark side may have been feeding into this, that she really needed to choose between, her guys, either or stay with the Doctor and leave Rory behind. And I think that that's really what the choice was all about.
And I point.
We needed this episode to to see her, be galvanized into a choice like that. And I think it's the first time that I remember liking her at all. Because she did, she didn't just say, because early on she kind of...
Oh, pig in hell.
You're the one.
Sorry.
Her actions after that don't really solidify that. And you can tell in his attitude that it didn't. But in the very end, when they are definitely in love and she makes her choice because of that, then that's when it's like, okay, all right, so he's her guy. I'm good with that. And I think I can learn to like Amy now.
You put it much more eloquently than I did. I was like, it's the episode where she realises she really loves Rory and left it at that.
Yeah.
That was much deeper and much more, yes, I totally agree, totally.
Yeah. And I wondered, why is it when Rory, died, turned to sand in the one dream, why he didn't wake up in the TARDIS?
It was concrete.
You didn't see me. I did little air quotes around the word sand. I just wondered why he didn't wake up in it, which turned out to be just another dream. But every time they'd go to sleep, they'd wake up in the other place. So I just thought, so why is he still asleep? But not a favorite episode, but it is intriguing, and it does. It was complex, and I really liked Toby Jones. I thought he did it. He was great. I think he's the one who really held this whole thing together.
Yeah.
So not that. I'm finding the 11th Doctor a little less endearing than I did initially.
Oh. Okay.
Mary, I stand corrected.
Let's see what he did there.
Yeah, did you do air quotes?
Of course.
Right, is that it?
Yeah, that whole joke just crumbled.
Anyway, while they're coming from the live feed,
we've got first.
Adam,
What?
maybe you can say something unfunny.
Lillian Robbins says, "Do I get a ding?"
What
Then
does
she
Robert
says,
want to say?
"What's your shirt say besides Star Trek Discovery?" Oh, I can't read. How am I supposed to read? It's under my chin, for God's sake. I don't know. Stuff. What's the other? Terry Miles, Adam Pearson, open word and look in recent under edit. It should be there. Really? A bit late now. I've started rewriting it. Robert Vance Jr. Hi, Al. It's moved. Oh, here we are. And then rainy Sunday day, is it? That's all right to me. Lily Robin, I thought Amy fell down to the ground was very cute. Yes, well, she was only 3 at the time. She's now 16. Robert Vance Jr. I was disappointed with the last fish people. Oh, it's last week's fish people. I was hoping for real vampires. We learn about the wall separate between our universes. Again, Ave episode like Amy's Choice. Again, Ave? Or is it Av? I don't know what it means. It's AVE dot episodes like
average.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that what it means?
Yeah,
Ave
yeah.
dot.
I think that's what he's trying to say.
Oh. And Robert Vance Jr., 3 out of 5. Going probably
I forgot
marking
to
us.
give my score.
I'm not going to give it a score.
Right, hang on. He says, if I go to, what did he say I had to do to find my... open word and look in recent under edit. It should be there. Recent under edit. No, it's not. I have used Word for 30 years.
Look in recent and then edit.
Hang on. File. Where does it say a recent? There's no recent here. Oh, under edit. Recent. No. Just says edit, repeat typing. Paste,
now, it
paste
won't
special.
save them unless you turn on the save feature.
It's supposed to save automatically. What's that, Kirby?
Turn it on.
There's no recent under edit. It says undo typing, repeat typing, paste special, paste match formatting, clear, select or find. Start word dictation, toggle drawing, start dictation, and tell Ben off. Oh, no, it's not on there. It just says emojis.
I don't have Word on this computer, so I can't look. It's over on the other side of the room.
I have Word on mine, and I'm not looking.
No, it's definitely. What did he? I'll do a search. What was it called again? This
Recent.
is top quality podcasting.
And you wanted a short episode, so you
I
don't.
was. Do you know it was funny, Kirby? Because about 2 minutes ago I was about to mention that, but then I thought I'd just put a clock on it and see how long he's going to waste having a look for something that he could look for in his personal time and not waste ours or the podcast listener time.
Recent, right then. So I'm going to do a little thing where you can.
Can I tell you something
recent
interesting about this story?
Oh, very quickly.
No, that it was the last one filmed for season series.
Carry on, Robert. I've just found out that bit of help.
Well, that was the interesting bit. And said the editing actually finished the week it aired, so that's how down to the wire they were with it.
Master,
right. Can I say before we move on to the next bit?
I
found that open recent. It's under file, not under edit. And the file that I was using, which is the script, was the previously saved version. When you close down with Word, it automatically saves the thing. But I did notice it had a 00001 DOCX in the thing, and I thought, well, what's that all then? So obviously it was a temporary file it created for itself, not the file I was actually editing. So I'm not happy. Right then, I'm getting more and more hacked off as this episode goes on, so somebody's going to save me now, and that's going to be Kirby Bartlett Sloan.
Master.
What now, what?
I remember back when I used Word much more, that it was supposed to do this automatic save as well.
Yeah.
And then we use Word at work, and
Everybody knows that the bird is a word.
I noticed that the autosave
I'm sorry if you can hear things in the background. Sounds like one of my neighbours is.
It's Ben piddling around with sound effects.
Off at some point. So that's why I'm saying you should check to make sure the autosave is on. Because it might have turned itself off.
Yeah, but Kirby, when I close the program down, whatever program you close, it says, do you want to save the file?
No, this is an autosave thing where it saves it so you don't end up with the situation that you're in.
How do I get to OneDrive Personal? I'll go look that one up. Kirby, do your bit. I'm looking for the OneDrive Personal.
Can people confirm for me? I only see one comment.
I've been waiting to play your feedback song. My finger was poised above the button, but it got so heavy having to hold it there, I actually fell asleep, and that's why it started a couple of times.
Yeah, I can see one comment too, Kirby.
Yeah, there's just one comment. Go ahead, play it.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Quiet.
Get longer to the comment.
And silence.
People don't like it.
Silence for the tune.
He asks you what you think, and it normally goes well. But as he's an American, he'd say, "Swell! Here's what you think. In content, it doesn't lack. It's Kirby Bartlett Sloan and his pedantic feedback.
In the broadest sense of the word." Oh, by the way, before you start, Kirby,
yes.
It's not there. It does have autosave, but it's supposed to save to the OneDrive, and it hasn't, basically.
Adam, you know the rules. Once the theme has been played, the feedback has to start immediately, otherwise we have to play the theme again.
Oh, no, I wasn't aware of that rule, sorry.
It's all right, we don't really.
Robert Wentz Jr. says, Amy's choice was never too crazy about this episode. Okay, I didn't know the episode was crazy about itself. And the whole Dreamlord stuff. Some people said doing the airing that he was his future 13th regeneration. Instead, it turns out to be a piece of crazy dust. Amy goes more into Rory's camp until the two-parter, and Amy's crack takes it away. Take it away! Very, very average story. Then here he says AVG. Period. 3 out of 5.
I mean, the thing that we've missed here is the fact that as it's not sand, it's concrete dust. A little bit of water, a little bit of sand. They could probably fill Amy's crack.
Oh, I wonder how long it would take.
I mean, obviously from the outside, you can't use like concrete and muck from the inside. You have to use that bit from the outside, and then you still need some filler on the inside, some white creamy filler to put all over Amy's crack.
Anyway,
and then you have to knock it all
like having
off.
Andy Nunny on the show.
Yeah, you need to have Stormageddon's little
cuddly toy.
Let's just call it what it was, a cuddly.
All right, thank you, Debbie. We don't need any particular. Jeez.
It was a cock and balls.
Where was it?
It's a cuddly Willy.
All right, shall we move on?
I didn't ever see it though.
Lucky you.
Scroll down a little bit.
You'd like to see a young boy holding a cock and balls? I'm not sure this is the podcast for you anymore, Robert.
That was it for the feedback online.
Oh, good. I mean, is that it? Right.
All right, I'm going to send Debbie Melrose a bit of blurb. I don't know whose it is. It's just I copied and pasted something. Could be anything. Here. Oh, hang on. What's that say?
I haven't come yet.
Right, there you go. I've just sent it to you. I don't know who it's from, actually. Who is it from? Hang on. Let me find out who it's from. Brandon Moore. So means you have to, if you put any typos in there, you have to read them as written. It's part of the rules of reading Brandon Moore's feedback.
Okay. I'll do my best. You die, stupid. That's why it's called Reality. Amy's Choice by Simon Nye. This is an episode with a nice simple concept, but perhaps is a little too restrained to fully indulge in its possibilities. The two settings are a good contrast, and the evil old people in Upper Ledworth thread works well. It's just a shame that, although the TARDIS does look all frosted up, that reality isn't as adventurous and exciting. Unfortunately, the next time trailer from last week spoiled the general twist of the opening of this episode. Okay, so really the setting is merely so much set dressing as the story is about the characters. It's fun to see the future life of the ponds, though Rory's ponytail is the scariest thing in New Who's so far.
Hey, nothing wrong with a ponytail on a bloke.
Pregnant Karen Gillan is hot, though it would be interesting to see if River was also put into this.
Yeah, creepy.
That's all the different. That's all the different things going on in her body that's making her hot. Is the pregnancy.
All right, Ben.
It's the hormones, isn't it? It's the changing of hormones. It makes women hot when they're pregnant.
Right.
Though it would be interesting to see if River was also born in this potential timeline. That could have been interesting. And oh no, they killed Rory. I have a feeling this might be the start of a trend. Oh, and then Amy commits suicide, which is a bit rash. I mean, she was pregnant. I do find the Doctor's inaction at this moment to be a bit out of character. Speaking of out of character, the Dream Lord is a fantastically played Dark Doctor. Toby Jones manages to mimic a lot of Smith's mannerisms subtly, but he also feels a bit classic Who-like. I'm almost sensing an essence of Colin Baker in there. Somewhere. I love the tawdry quirks line. Anyway, he was great, and it's a shame there hasn't been a return of the Dream Lord in one form or another. 60th anniversary, maybe? I have occasionally wondered if the story might have been improved if there had been a third world, with each of the worlds representing a different character, though I guess that would be a different story altogether. Overall, this is a good, solid hitter, 7 out of 10. Next time, execute the apes.
Yes. Thank you.
I got very distracted. We've got new kittens, and
well, you could have had one of his Alicia's dogs. She's still got 3 that she can't get rid of. Anyway, I mean, when I say get rid of, I mean
that's the way to talk
out.
It's like you talking, like Leia does.
I could hear him. It sounded so sweet.
Thank you. Oh, you're talking about the kittens, weren't you? Sorry.
Yeah.
Mary has some blurby to dictate to us from the Mileses.
Yes, the Miles, yes. Okay. They write, Upper Ledworth, how posh can you get? Amy has eaten a planet, or is she pregnant? Is this a precursor of what's to come? There's 2 bow tie wearing aliens. That should have been a giveaway, really. Oh, look, snow, then no snow, then snow.
Yeah.
Continuity, please. They are cold in the TARDIS. Perhaps it's the snow that keeps appearing, then disappearing. Don't they have continuity, people? There's Lance from the Detectorists. I think Toby Jones is excellent in this. The snow has stopped now. Is that Ledworth Castle? It's started snowing again. Good Lord, continuity, please. Good old Amy, she knows how to treat old people. Whack her. Rory died. He'd better get used to that. Well, the Doctor has a very nasty dark side. Who knew? Get it? Oh, well, never mind. Did anyone see Amy's crack this week? I didn't spot it. Next up, Madame Vastra. No, sorry, something underground wants to eat people. Where's the 3rd Doctor when you need him? Stay safe and well, everybody. Linda and Terry Miles.
Marvellous.
I love how they write.
Yeah, it's just as they go notes.
Yeah.
Continuity, people.
Really?
Right then, I hover my cursor over this bit of audio feedback with a degree of trepidation.
Well, good afternoon, 20 megabytes, Anthony here. It's just come to 6 o'clock on a Sunday. I'm going to the bath. Yes, I did my ironing, and of course I've watched Doctor Who. Now, Amy's Choice. Is this the first story that's actually had the title stated in the course of the title? Because actually twice the words Amy's Choice are spoken. Now, just has it ever happened the title has been said in the dialogue? Interesting thought. Well, Amy's Choice, the story. It's quite an interesting one. It's intriguing because you don't know what's going on, because you've got these 2 alternate realities, and which one is real? You know, is it the one where they're freed to death in the TARDIS, or is the one where they're in Upper Ledbury and she's about to have a baby? Of course, we know that later on she does have a baby, so it's sort of a flash forward, isn't it, in a way? But I think it's very good because it's not obvious which one is the real reality and which one is the fake. and you always have the Dream Lord, and you don't know who the Dream Lord is. I'm trying to remember if at the time were there a lot of theories about, was it the Master, was it an alternative Doctor, the Valyard or something like that, who actually was the Dream Lord. And I don't think we ever really did find out who he was, did we? The Doctor seemed to be saying it's actually him due to some sort of not psychotic, some pollen that's causing him to have I can't think of the word, and I know Kirby's going to tell me it's like psychotic. That's not the word. But to have some sort of, he's always tripping out, isn't he? But all three of them are tripping out. So were they all affected by this pollen? But actually, it was I think it was a very clever story because you got introduced an alien who could have been real, couldn't have been real. But again, the thing behind it here was it's Amy and Amy's choice. And Amy's choice was to choose Rory. And finally, she did realise that she chose Rory and she wanted Rory. And all along, she really fancied the pants off the Doctor. Well, I suppose these things happen. But, she finally realised the one she wanted was Rory as her husband. And that's interesting because that takes away a part of the storyline where she's been madly chasing after the Doctor. So that closes that one down. Quite good. Toby Jones. Yeah, he was good, wasn't he? I think he played quite a sinister character. You never actually knew who he was, what he was trying to do, what he was trying to achieve. What was his mission? What was he wanting to do? You never actually got hold of that, did you? Was he trying to kill the Doctor? Never actually explained. But I think that's good because again it made it so sinister. I think Rory came into himself here. He's certainly growing as a character because he started to think, what am I doing here? Does Amy really want me? And he's obviously very, very insecure. Could blame him. But by the end of it, he's actually getting a lot better. And poor bloke, maybe ultimate sacrifice, cut his ponytail off. I remember doing
what's
that.
happening there?
I cut my
sounds like we're being raided at the moment.
I keep it for quite a while and drawn through, so I miss my ponytail.
Do you?
And these aliens, interesting case. They've come from another planet and they want to kill the Earth. Why? Again, it's never really explained what it is they actually want to do. I think that the old people being villains is actually quite a good one. I think that's quite clever. That is the way they kill them. When they kill the children, my God, that was horrific. That really, really shook me. As a father myself, seeing something like that happening, it was horrible. And it left it all open for, would the Dream Lord come back? And what was he? Because at the end we saw the reflection in the TARDIS console, and it's got you thinking, well, hang on a minute, who was that reflection? What is it? Who is this man? And of course, there's so many theories flying around. Yeah, I thought it was quite a good one. So all in all, good story, well written. I think very well acted. Quite a small cast. You think about it. There's the three characters, the Dream Lord and a couple of old people, and I think between them they actually did put up quite a sharp story. So there you go. Anyway, that's enough now. I'm going to fall in the bath, so until next time.
Oh, rather abrupt ending there.
Yeah.
Go and tell him off, Mary, and about a few other bits and bobs. You say influence my dog for starters. Alexa, front room light on.
Okay.
Thank you. Right then, and I was going to play a tune.
Alexa, front room light off.
I didn't
Hello, 20 Megabyte Podcast. This is Ian Kirk.
Hello, Ian.
Amy's Choice by Simon Nye. What do you do around here to stave off the self-harm? The Dream Lord, never heard of before or since, has a dilemma for the TARDIS crew. They have to decide which of two scenarios is real. A star that radiates cold, or possessed pensioners wielding garden implements. Perhaps the Dream Lord is a close relative of the Valyard.
Yes.
Arthur Darvill does not have his name in the opening titles, but he gets a temporary ponytail. There were no references to the story arc in this one. Amy will eventually have to choose between reliable Rory and the dashing Doctor, a staple plot since Pride and Prejudice in the 19th century. The last words of the story are the title. Oh my God, they'd killed Rory. Watch out for psychic pollen. Bye for now.
That's Ian Kirk, everyone.
Yeah, okay. Why didn't he post his script?
Because you keep on. He doesn't like to. He's decided not to give out spoilers anymore.
Spoilers.
Okay, right. Oh, hang on, my thingy's gone funny. It's time for me to play this.
I was standing around trying to find somewhere to sit. Then I realised it was time for Ben's bit.
By the way, for anybody who sent in the complaints last week, it's Ben's bit, not Ben's bits. So don't Ben is not Andy Nunny. He is Ben. He doesn't want to show his. Anyway, yes, carry on, Ben.
That was me sending in the complaints. Right. 2 pairs of glasses on.
Kittens everywhere.
2 pairs.
Swig of Coke Zero Sugar, or if you're in Spain, Coca-Cola Sans Azúcar. Sorry, Sin Azúcar. And
I'm having cream soda, thank you very much.
I had some scones earlier, and I didn't have to worry about the big argument in this country of putting jam or cream on first, because I put the butter on a scone first, and then the jam on the butter. That's easy. Anyway,
there's been more feedback online.
That's great. That can wait, Kirby.
Ian's script.
Excellent timing. Excellent. Amy's bump uncracked, or Rory's first death doesn't take. Dear 20 megabyters, Amy's choice is, of course, a closely studied exposition of the idea that, as any counsellor should know, you should always be suspicious when confronted with a clear dilemma or presented with a binary choice. That, in fact, further choices are possible and shades of grey are worth pursuing, unless possibly if there are 50 shades of grey, in which case it might be best left unread. Unless you like that sort of thing. Anyway, you don't read it in the council chamber. No, you don't, MP Neil Parish, do you? You read it in the House of Commons. Kirby, stand down, my friend. Adam.
Yes?
Stand down, my friend. The rest of you, listen up. It should be noted that while Amy would not have risked killing her baby by crashing if the dream with the old people attack might be real, in fact, when you are as pregnant as Amy was in that dream, you once again have to... And... Hold on, he's put and roll with it, and this time. Oh, hold on, no, hold on. Hold on, I didn't have that quite loud enough. Hold on, this will be all wrong now. That did work first time. As many don't let anyone get in your way.
Right.
Or you'll hurt them. Thank God there's no more technical wizardry today. Yeah. We also learn that old people are sinister and can't be trusted, and the Doctor really does hate himself. He is old after all. All in all, Amy's choice is a fun conundrum with a mental teaser, which is the sort of handbrake turn from story to story which only Doctor Who can pull off in a routine manner. Depending on so much on the regular cast, it is fortunate that the newly formed group is already firing on all cylinders. The one major guest cast member, Toby Jones, and character, the Dream Lord, is also fortunately outstanding in both respects, and if anything, undeserved by just this story, despite the time that the lack of other characters affords him. The characters would have been welcomed back in... Hold on, the character would have been welcomed back in something different. It is perhaps always a bit underwhelming when most of a story turns out to be not real in any sense, but this story therefore falls into that category of quite good as an oddity, but not the sort of thing that you'd like to see often.
Right. Right.
Into that.
This story is perhaps about an hour... This story is perhaps about a quarter of an hour too short, as who would have not liked to have had their head done in by more, even switching between the dreams? Well, maybe not. I found a comma!
Hey!
Whoa,
Episode 539, and I found a comma.
I didn't know how to use commas.
Well...
It's probably a typo. He probably hit the button by mistake.
thing is, in the Labour Party, they can only use commas sparingly. So they have to make sure they're done, very, very seldom, just to make sure they don't run out of commas. Because if they run out of commas, then we don't know what we'll do to run the country anymore, because it won't be safe. Well, maybe not. Next up, Doctor Who and the missing farty music, or Amy falls down to the ground.
That'd be
legendary.
Those are my thoughts.
Podcast.
The counsellor, Alan, T, full stop, Butcher Ricky. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I got through it. Yes.
Hang on, it's done it again.
What?
Well, I've been working on this blooming file, and instead of being the name of the file I'm working on, it's suddenly changed to dot squiggly line WRD 0004.
Ah, you know why that is? Yes, that's your temp file name.
Yeah.
So where's the original temp file? Why can't it save the file? It's only because I clicked on save and then auto-save disappeared. I'm not happy.
No, you're not grumpy either.
Oh, look, it's temporary items.
Like directing a podcast.
I'm really getting hacked off for this. Why is Word so rubbish, everyone?
Even left your mouth.
Excuse me, why is Word... Hello, I want an answer. I want an answer. Why is Word so rubbish? I use Pages normally as a word processor on this thing. No problems whatsoever. Word.
Why don't you use that?
You do know you can convert your document to a Word document after you've written it, don't you?
Yeah, I don't want to do that, though. I don't want. That's why I save it umpteen times when you should, in theory, be able to save it once.
I use Google Documents.
What?
Google
I want to save this.
I use my PA.
Because the original version...
to write letters for them.
The original version of that... And I put Julie down for some reason. The original version of that file was much, much better. And I've forgotten all the really good jokes, what I wrote. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave Ben to continue with his part of the show while I sulk.
Oh, am I doing the quiz? Is it quiz time?
Yes,
quiz time,
I won't do any good because I'm not paying attention. Carry on.
Everybody's quiz time.
And now, live from the Indie Rock Disco Radio Studio 1, the game show nobody's talking about. This is How Aged Are They?
How aged are they?
Don't know.
How aged are they?
Don't care.
How aged are they? That's what the game's about. How aged are they? Said it once. How aged are they? Don't ask it. How aged are they? Get ready to find out.
Oh, yes.
And here's your host, Ben Sutherland.
And then I said, not on that good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome to the latest instalment of How Aged Are They? I'm Ben, yes I am, and I'm the host of this god almighty game show. It's the only Doctor Who quiz game show, guessing game thing, birthday related stuff. Here are the rules, there they are, I've read them, let's meet the people. Adam thinks... I'm introducing the contestants, darling.
There's no temporary folders on this bloody machine.
Oh, for God's sake.
God. Just do it after the podcast.
I mean, seriously. Kirby, I mean, you can't have been the only one thinking that. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Anyway, back to the quiz. I mean, for Christ's sake, I'm the only one who does any bloody work for this podcast. I spent ages working on this script and finding out all these bloody people who have died or not died and when they've had a birthday. And then you lot just sit there... Well, not you lot.
We do three people. The intro's longer than the quiz.
That's the joke. That's the joke, Debbie. That's the joke. The fact that it goes on. But this week, if you'd noticed, I'd cut it all out and I'd already moved on.
Why have you gone all quiet?
Yeah.
Because it's like, they always say don't work with children or animals, don't they?
Working with us.
Anyway, if you don't mind, the only bit that has any production in it.
And now, live from the...
Done that bit. We don't need to have it all again.
Don't do it again.
And now,
oh, apparently we do need to have it all again.
Radio Studio 1, the game show nobody...
No, we don't. I can just do that. Let's meet the contestants.
Get on with it.
Thank you, audience member. Your mum.
Get on with it.
All right, let's meet the contestants. Adam, thinks it's just a jump to the left. Mary prefers a step to the right. Debbie puts her hands on her hips, and Robert brings his knees in tight. And finally, it's those pelvic thrusts that really send Kirby insane.
Absolutely.
You got no idea how hard I laughed when I thought of that earlier. And those are our contestants. We've had scores before, no one cares anymore. So the first of the three people this week is Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield played Frank in The Daleks of Manhattan and the Evolution of the Daleks. His birthday was the 20th of August, but how aged are they? That's Andrew Garfield. We'll start with Adam. Adam!
Yes. Oh, 39.
Garfield, how old is he, mate?
39.
He's distracted.
What?
Kirby.
I said 39. I was not distracted.
Then I said someone else's name. You see, so Kirby.
Yes.
Jesus.
35.
Right, okay. Mary.
45.
See, straight into the answer. There's my girl. Rob.
41.
Deb.
38.
Brilliant. Round 2 is Joe.
I forgot what I was doing.
That was a fault in the line. It's Joseph Marcel. Joseph Marcel played John in Remembrance of the Daleks, but is better known for playing who?
Who?
Bonus point, if anyone can guess. Joseph Marcel.
Oh, I know him. He played the butler in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Bonus point for
I've
Adam.
met him.
Well,
I've got.
what?
He played Geoffrey the butler in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I've met him
in West Philadelphia, born and raised in the playground.
Did I mention that I'd met him?
Good on you. He was born on the 18th of August, but what year and how aged is Joseph Marcel? We'll start with Debbie.
75.
And we'll go to Robert.
77.
Next up, it's my girl Mary.
55.
55.
Youngie.
55.
I think this episode he was in was before that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Kirby.
Yes, so
75, unless someone said that.
Someone said that already, I'm afraid.
76.
That'll do me. And Adam.
Judging from what he looked like from when I met him, I might not have mentioned that before, I'm going to go with 72.
And a little birdie tells me, Adam, that you've actually met... Round 3.
I met him via a plastic screen.
I've never seen Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, so I have no idea.
Well, you really haven't lived, Kirby. You have not lived if you haven't seen Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Kirby, are you a real American? Next you'll be telling me you've never met Will Smith. I'm not. I've been punched in the face by him. Round 3 is... it's our favourite. It's Sophie Aldred. It's Sophie Aldred, who... It says here, who was Ace. But I've got no idea who she played in Doctor Who. Hold on a minute.
She shares her birthday with Sylvester.
I was about to say that.
And someone I know as well.
Sophie Aldred was Ace, born on the 20th of August. But what year and how aged are they? Sophie Aldred, we'll start with Mary.
50.
And we'll move on to Robert.
I'd say 60. 60, yeah, 60. I'll go 60.
Adam.
Oh, sorry, I was distracted.
Of course you
judging
are.
by what she looked like when I met her...
I've met her.
No, it doesn't count. I met her first, and she was one of Alistair's best friends.
Get on with it. Stop Wikipedia and quiet.
I'm not You can say I'm bloody live on the blimmin' the Facebook. Unless they've done a special thing when you
You used to accuse all of us
Wikipedia
of
with my brain, which I haven't got one at the moment. Anyway, what was the question there? Sophie Aldred. Okay, Sophie
She's had enough time to look now.
Had enough time to look at...
Oh, let me blimmin' answer the... Ben, can you deduct points from them? I'm trying to come up with the answer. So I'm going to go with 52.
The page didn't scroll fast enough.
It really didn't, and I can tell you it didn't. Debbie, hold on.
I'm going with 59.
And 59, and finally Kirby.
I know she's very close to my age, so 61.
What?
Really?
Surely that would be 75, isn't it?
Wow, I've got to... after that revelation, Kirby,
I'm 62, come on.
Firstly, I mean, one of you's worn a lot better than the other one. That's the thing that's got to be said for... And And secondly, I believe you've met Sophie Aldred, who played Ace in Doctor Who, and she said
we
you
all
were
have.
a lot nicer than Adam was.
We all met her.
Yeah, she said that about me when I met her at the same time as Adam.
Yeah.
You're a lot nicer than him, he said. She said. Anyway, that's round one.
She's been in my car.
Did she? I hope she cleaned it up.
Oh, rub it in.
I wondered where Sophie Aldrin had been for the last 15 years. In your trunk. I hope you feed her.
The kidnappers with along with
She looked like shoved her in there.
I mean, this has turned into quite a surreal episode of How Aged Are They? And we shall find out who's won and who's not in prison after Adam's done something else in a minute.
Oh, we've got to that stage. Did everybody have a go?
He's not ready.
Well, he's going to have to be ready because my mum's just called me and I've got to make sure everyone's all right at my mum and dad's house because not everything's all right. So Debbie, you're in charge of the podcast.
Oh,
what?
That's great.
Adam's probably still trying to write his little...
Who sneezed? That went right in my face.
You!
I'm still right. I'm right, Ben. So whatever the scores are, because someone accused me of looking up Wikipedia, as if I've got time to look up Wikipedia, and because I'm in charge of the show, everybody who accused me of cheating is going to have 10 points added on to their score. So whatever Ben says, add 10 on.
Scores. It's Ben's part of the show.
Don't care. Who's in charge?
You.
Who's in charge?
Ben is.
No, he isn't. Points are being added on. I'm not having being accused of cheating on my own show.
You have no idea.
As if I've been interested enough to bloody cheat, for God's sake. Right, what did I get up to? I was going to look something. Oh yes, we're doing a show, weren't we? I was going to look up some news.
Adam has no idea what our actual overall scores are, so you know.
Well, you won't because he's adding them up.
I've made a prediction like I always do.
Who cares? Anyway, right then. So Doctor Who news. Where did we get up to last
time?
Should
I hit enter?
No. Right. So we've got the Collection Series 2. It says BBC Studios have revealed that the next Blu-ray Doctor Who collection will be Series 2, or Season 2. I don't know why they put season. It must be an American website. Featuring William Hartnell and some bloke I've met, Peter Purves, and somebody who nearly came to FantasyCon, Carol Ann Ford, but she wouldn't come because I wanted her to stay at her daughter's house rather than a hotel, and William Russell, all appearing on this disc set, which includes Planet of Giants, Dalek Invasion of Earth, Rescued Romans, Web Planet, Crusade, Space Museum, Chase, and Time Meddler, with the word "the" at the beginning of. Okay. There's a storyteller. What?
Just before I came down to the geek room to record, I was up eating lunch with Fred, and she wanted me to turn on the this channel?
Television?
Pluto TV, which runs continuous old Doctor Who.
Oh yes.
And we turned it on, and it was the very tail end of Dalek Invasion of Earth.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they don't run things in order.
Right.
So when the next story started, I could already tell it was going to be a Hartnell. I saw the TARDIS teetering on the edge of a cliff, and Barbara and Ian and Vicky were in there. And I went, aha, the Romans. I could get it from just that.
Well done, Kirby. You're not getting a ding. But anyway, there's a trailer featuring Maureen O'Brien for it says The Storyteller, The Collection, Season 2, announcement trailer, Doctor Who, and it's Maureen O'Brien doing something rather. I'm not going to play it. You can find it yourself. It's on YouTube. There's also Doctor Who magazine issue 581. We're catching up. God knows how many shows I've done recently. It's a sort of a very old-fashioned looking cover, but it's there's a tribute to Bernard Cribbins. So
Yay, Bernard!
Our hero in it, and that's a big thing about the abominable snowman, or men, I should say. Plus, Russell T Davies, Donald Cotton's collecting scripts, The Invasion of Time, The Everlasting Summer, and much, much more. Available to purchase via whowon.co.uk.
Whowon.co.uk?
Is that whowon.co.uk?
I think it might be whowon.co.uk.
On the live feed, we have Terry Miles says, try under open on edit. I did. I've been using Word since 1990.
They're winding you up, man.
Sadly for me.
They're winding you up. It's not possible. They're just writing words just to.
I have a qualification in word processing, for which we used Word back then.
Word processing.
Yes, word processing and typing.
Do you have a qualification in art?
How long I've been doing both of those blooming things. Right then, Ian Kirk says the title of Dalek.
Animals 2 by 2.
Yes, thank you very much. Ian Kirk says the title of Dalek was said in the story. Also, the Talons of Weng Chiang. Alan T. Butcher.
Yes.
Unfounded commas are unsustainable. There is no magic comma tree.
Oh, hold on a minute. That needs one of them. And also one of these.
Alan T. Butcher says, has anyone there met Joseph Marcel? Yes, me.
I haven't.
I sort of met him behind a perspex screen.
Might have.
It was almost a lot like meeting someone in a prison cell. You know, sort of perspex screen in front of us, but never mind. It happened. Are you ready, Ben, by the way?
Yeah. Everything's fine at Mum and Dad's. It was actually to do with something we're doing next weekend, which I shall reveal shortly.
As long as that's what you're revealing and not the normal thing that Andy Nanny might be revealing.
No, nothing barbecue. Much more.
I can't find that far, by the way.
Ben?
The holiday was fantastic.
Oh, I forgot about your holiday.
Yes, it was brilliant.
Was I involved in it?
You weren't there, which is why it was probably a 9 out of 10.
I probably would have given it a bit of a boost if I'd been there, but there you go. Carry on.
Anyway. Hello, welcome back to How Aged Are They? Doctor Who age-related birthday guessing game gauge quiz. Something or other. Here are the results from the round that we played a minute ago before Adam started talking stuff and doing my mum called, but everything's all right, so there's no need to worry. Round 1 was Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield was born on the 20th of August, 1980. That's right, 3. That makes him 39 years old. Shut your face, I haven't got to you yet. Seriously, come on. Production value, Adam, come on.
Whatever.
How much did I say for him?
I'll tell you, I'm going through the blood shit. It's like you've never played it before. I mean, is this not the highlight of your week? I work for hours every week.
Yes, it is.
More time than that. What do you mean? Are you laughing at hours? How dare you? How dare you? In 5th place was Mary with 6 points because she said 45 years old. In 4th place was Kirby. He said 35 years old, so that's 4 points for Kirby. In 3rd place is Rob. Rob said 41. Robert, you said 41.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you get 2 points. Debbie said 38, so she gets 1 point. And if it wasn't ruined by the fat git a minute ago... Adam gets no points for an exact answer, and yes, it was ruined by the fat git a couple of minutes ago. Thanks, Adam. Round 2 was Joseph Marcel, who apparently nobody here has met. He was born on the 18th of August, 1948. That makes him 74 years of age. Mary said 55. She was too quick, but that's a huge 19 points for our Mary. In 4th place was Rob. Rob said 77 years old. 3 points there for Robert. Yeah, that's not bad, mate. In the joint 2nd place are Adam and Kirby. Adam said 76. Adam said 72. Kirby said 76. That's 2 points each. But with just that 1 point, it's Debbie, who said he was 75 years old.
Oh, who's checking Wikipedia then, Mrs. Melrose?
No, I'm just writing.
No one's allowed to do any internet when I am on Skype at the moment. That is just vetoed. No one's allowed to touch the internet. It doesn't happen.
I'm just going to make a note of that, Mrs. Debbie Wikipedia.
No, I'm smart pants Debbie. Get it right. Smart pants Debbie.
Round 3. Round 3 was Sophie Aldred, who was Ace.
Oh, I love Ace.
I love that guy.
Did you know she shares a birthday with Sylvester?
Oh my
and
God!
also
And a friend of mine.
Sophie's birthday is the 20th of August. She was born in the year 1962. That makes her 60 years old. So Mary, who said she was 50, gets 10 big points. Adam said she was 52, so gets 8 big points. Robert said she was 66. Oh, Robert.
I did not say 66, I said 60.
Oh, be quiet.
He
Right,
said
want
60.
VAR on that one, please?
VAR, I'm making
I
the
heard
VAR
him say
sign.
60.
We heard him say 50. Well, he's still out if he said 50.
I said 60.
You
He
said
said
60.
60. I heard him say it.
Right, VAR for our one viewer.
Hold on a minute.
And I also want our one viewer to show. Actually, might have been watching me actually hands-free. Apparently, managing to use Wikipedia.
I mean, I did confirm. No, I didn't. I might have confirmed with you what your number was. So you're saying you said 60
Yes.
after I've just revealed that she's 60. Kirby?
You could go rewind it back.
No, I heard
Oh,
him
like anyone can be asked to do that.
Terry Miles says 60.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
See?
In that case, I shall
Thank you,
change
Terry.
my scores. Thank
He
you
did
very
say
much.
60. I remember
He
him
said
saying
60.
Okay, in that case, take.
Go back and review the
And
episode.
seeing as I know it was her 60th birthday.
Well, if
this
any of you bothered to listen it, you better find out. You know.
Okay, take
Why
2.
did you say 60?
I know, that's what I can't work out. In second, joint.
after him, he said 60 first. Do you not like to pick
Oh, God. So
In second place with 1 point each is Kirby and Debbie. Debbie said she was 61 because apparently she knew she was 60, but she couldn't say she was 60 because someone else had already said it, and them's the rules. And no, that's the other end. Kirby said the other one. So they both get 1 point each. But apparently, Rob really did. Apparently did say that she was 60, which...
First time I got a correct guess, actually.
I love the way the music kicks in so brilliantly.
Well, you were probably Wikipedia, Robert.
Anyway,
Right?
so that means Robert gets no points there, which means I've got to take that off that, which changes that dramatically. Oh my good lord, look at what that's done to the final scores, apart from make a complete mess of my pad. Okay then, let's have a look at these final scores. But first off, I need a swig of my Coca-Cola Sinazuka. Available from shops. In 5th place this week with a whopping 35 points, it's Mary.
Oh.
In 4th place with 10 points, it's Adam.
Oh, because I was on Wikipedia, wasn't I? Yeah.
Cheat.
Stop it, you're so sensitive.
In 3rd place with 7 points, it's Kirby. In 2nd place, with 5 points, it's Robert. Oh, sorry, wrong button. And that means winning this week with 3 points is Debbie Melrose Plays.
Debbie, apparently I can't look on Wikipedia when I'm online.
I'm playing along and not talking under me, because that would be absolutely disgraceful when you're doing it on a TV show such as great as this. Thanks for watching. We'll do it all again next week if we can be asked. Debbie is this week's winner. Debbie, no one leaves here empty-handed.
Actually, they do.
Apart from you. So thanks very much for watching, listening and stuff, and we'll see you all next week on How Aged Are They? Goodbye.
Smarty Pants Melrose.
Debbie wins all the quizzes. You notice that?
Yeah, funny that, isn't
It
it?
must be on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
What's this Wikipedia you talk of?
Yeah, mind you, if she was looking at Wikipedia, all the answers would be wrong. I don't know what you're getting these ideas from.
Is it about everyone called Richard?
What?
You're saying Wikipedia?
And by the way, I
That's
correctly
genius.
predicted that it was going to be Debbie, and as soon as you said it, I hit enter.
Because Debbie wins all the quizzes.
No, let's see. You want me to
Oh, shut up! Don't even feed him with that blooming scenario.
I want it.
Anyway, where do we get up to? Oh yes, we were going to do what we watched this week.
I had some Doctor Who news.
I actually wrote
down.
Oh
no, I've got some FantasyCon news. That's what I was going to say.
I had some Doctor Who news.
Go on then.
What?
Friend of the show, Colin Baker, was banned from driving.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I didn't see that.
He broke down in tears apparently.
Yes,
because I'm an actor. I need to work. Working is not an option.
Apparently, he drove to FantasyCon.
59 years old now.
He was doing 59 or 58 in a 30 zone because he was following a car apparently, and he got lost and he had to catch them up, and he didn't see the speed camera. So it sounds pretty legit. I mean, he's a nice guy. We don't believe now. Doctor Who's speeds any of his incarnations, and especially not Colin Baker.
Yes. Was that the combination of your Doctor Who news?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't do that much research.
Okay. Yes, FantasyCon news. Obviously, things are starting to ramp up, so I've got to do some work on it, as I was trying to allude at the beginning of the show. Because I haven't done much because I've been trying to get other people to do stuff.
Adam,
it's at Cowes Yacht Haven on the 5th of November. And
you'll have to go there, Robert.
We also have a load of guests. So I may have mentioned this before, but I suppose it's about time I mentioned it again.
Are you having a bonfire?
No, but the old slogan was "Remember the 5th of November." I can't remember the rest of it because I did that.
It was catchy
tagline such a long time ago, but it was something to do with Comic Cons. I can't find my folder. Where's it gone? Oh. But anyway, yeah, so Jessica Martin is coming along. I mentioned her because she's been particularly kind, and we're going to do a little skit over the internet.
As long as you can figure out how to write your
script. She liked the script, what I wrote originally, but the best bit,
to read it.
As I said, disappeared. So I'm going to have to...
Well, how did she see it? Why don't you give her...
Because I sent it to her via email. How do you think she's going to see it?
If you sent it by email, then surely it's going to be in your sent folder.
Yeah, but the file I attached was incomplete. It wasn't.
Yeah, but you've still got that, which is better than nothing, surely.
The temporary file that I was promised would save never saved.
Yeah, but the point being is that you'd have half of it rather than none of it.
What? I've got 3/4 of it.
Sent folder.
It's the glass half full.
Yeah, that file that's in the sent folder is the incomplete.
Yeah, we get
file.
that.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah. The words incomplete, you've said many times.
Yeah, so what are you going on about?
Is it incomplete?
Yes, but it's more complete than nothing, which is what you have at the moment.
No, I sent her that file, for goodness sake. Oh, God, it's like...
Did she not send you it back?
Sorry?
What?
It's in your sent folder.
What are you talking about, Adam?
I don't know what you're going on about.
You want a copy of the file that you've sent Jessica
No,
Martin,
I've got that copy because I've had to rewrite the end of it. What I'm saying is, oh God.
You know, this is why we've only got one viewer.
Yes.
No, that's just because I haven't turned off yet. Hold on, let me click off. There we go. That officially means we are sitting where we are sitting, talking to ourselves.
Word did save one file. That's the file I sent to Jessica Martin, so I had that file. But what didn't happen is the complete document with all the words on it did not save for some reason. So therefore, I've now got to rewrite the end of it, and that's the annoying bit because I can't remember the original end.
But you're rewriting it from the script that you have that you already sent her, obviously, because that means you've already got some of what
she got the same file I had backed up, which
yes, of course,
the complete
but
so in the sent folder will be that file which I already have.
Just leave it to it.
Yeah, you know what a good idea might be?
What?
Write it down on a piece of paper first before you put it in.
No, what's the point when you got computers?
Use something which actually backs it up, like say Google Docs.
Why would I do that when it's supposed to? It comes with. I actually pay for OneDrive. It should automatically
it's
save there.
It's not doing the business, is it?
No, because it's Microsoft rubbish. That's why.
Terry Miles go off and do the 20 megabyte
talking about Word documents
Microsoft
rubbish won't save. Let's move on to the next exciting feature that we normally waste half an hour.
Where the hell is my FantasyCon folder?
And that is what we watched.
We haven't got to that bit yet. I'm trying to do FantasyCon.
I'm moving us on, Adam, because it's 20 to 9, and I've got to go to work, unfortunately.
But tomorrow. I've got to promote this event, for God's sake.
Can we talk about the con, please? I am really interested.
Oh, God. Right. I found the folder. Why is that
Adam,
hard drive?
You have a minute and a half to say everything you need to say.
I'm in more than a minute and a half at the moment.
And nobody, Kirby, nobody is allowed to interrupt him. Go.
All right. Shut up, Star. Right.
Oh, God, I heard that.
Kirby, that was a great impression of the dog, Kirby. I give it to you. That was, to manage to throw your voice in that way was...
Okay, I've got to send Roy the invoice that Andrew Lawson sent. He's the only guest at a convention I've ever known that you have to pay before they turned up. There you go. Carla Mendonça, who was, of course, the mum in My Parents Are Aliens. He's also in Coronation Street presently. We have board gaming. We have Clive Mantle. Apparently he's quite well known. Apparently in the original first series of Throne of Games or something. I don't know. Somebody says it's quite good. We have the cosplay competition, which are named after somebody I'm not going to mention. But it is happening, and it's the most exciting part of the whole day, isn't it, Deb? Yes, thank you. Craig Fabras is coming along. I don't think it's going to be as tough as the characters he plays in various film genres.
Him from EastEnders, but that's about it.
I remember him in Right Said Fred.
No, he was in... He's in loads of films with Vinnie Jones and stuff, tough nut films.
I'm too sexy for my shirt.
We also have Hebe Beardsall, who was Dumbledore's sister in a few Harry Potter films. We've got, I've said Jessica Martin, Joseph Milson, who was in Sarah Jane Adventures, played the first... Maria's dad, wasn't it? But he was also a very brief character in that fine series on Marvel, which I forget, that was something Knight, wasn't it? Moon Knight, that was it.
Moon Knight, yes.
I should congratulate myself for actually remembering that bit.
Seriously.
We also have... Oh, God, come on, scroll through. God. Gareth David Lloyd, who...
Yay!
is currently acting in Torture, despite the fact that Yanto's dead. Yes, he does appear.
That's an interesting.
He does look to Big Finish, because you can do that because Big Finish go back to when he was alive.
But it's not really Torchwood if it doesn't have Theremin.
I agree.
I mean, that's the kind of acting job. That would be the best voiceover job in the world, playing a character who's dead. It doesn't say anything. Fantastic job. Just pay me. Just pay me for saying nothing.
So those are our celebrity guests, and we've got obviously lots of other bits going on at the moment, and things to be added to as well. And it's all very exciting, and it's on for the 5th of November, like I said, at what's that place called again? The Cowshort Haven, and you can buy tickets via fantasycon.net. And there's a
Can I reserve 3 tickets if you don't want any help this year? Because we're happy to help as well, you know.
I don't have any. I don't handle tickets. I'll just sort of send people to the ticketing site. So if you want to have a store, if you want to come, then you go to the ticketing site and purchase a ticket.
Oh, so you don't need my help this year then?
I don't know what's going on. Probably, quite possibly. What was the other thing I was going to say in regards to that? Oh yeah, Wessex Cancer Trust are our little sidekicks with the whole event, so hoping to raise lots of money for the Wessex Cancer Trust, who helped my mummy when she was having cancer treatment in Southampton. So there we go, I've just done me fancy con bit for the moment, and looking forward to getting really into the organising part of that particular event. So the next thing we're going to do is what we watched this week, and I'm going to say
wait a second. Ben, did you count how long he did? That was like 3 times the amount of time you gave him.
Yeah, but I listened about FantasyCon because it was kind of about Doctor Who and going on about bloody files.
The fact
is, but it's quite important because actually, Deb, the file I was looking for is related to FantasyCon because
I get that, but we've bored our listeners.
Are you sure you haven't checked in the deleted, retrieved folder?
No, it's just a word thing. It's just crap. But Jessica, can I get a word in? Jessica is our official.
Everybody knows that the
word Jesus Christ! Jessica is.
Yes, my son.
Right, carry on. I'm going to sulk somewhere.
So then,
I haven't watched anything.
We watched this week. Let's see if we can make this the best part of the podcast. Debbie, what did you watch?
Actually, nothing this week. I've been sat outside.
Fantastic, Kirby. What did you watch?
I finished Stranger Things.
Excellent, brilliant.
Yay!
Wait. And
What did you think?
Oh, I loved it. I can't wait for the next series.
Oh, yeah.
Season. I haven't watched much else. I did manage to watch all of the little I Am Groot, which were fun.
Oh, I forgot about that. Is that funny?
Huh?
Is that funny?
Is it funny?
It's funny, but boy, Groot is quite
Groot?
evil. He's constantly accidentally killing things, including an entire civilization at one point.
People who annoy me make me do that.
And let's see, had I finished Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
By last week?
What did you think?
Oh, I liked Obi-Wan.
I thought it was very Star Warsy.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
and then
made me feel like the original trilogy.
Last night, what?
No, when I watched the original trilogy, that's how it made me feel.
Yes.
More so than other Star Wars that they've done.
Was it like Fuzzy Tingle time?
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Last night, I watched a movie that I've been putting off for a long time, but I don't know why.
Very good then.
Which is?
No, I enjoyed it. The Fifth Element.
Fifth Element?
Fifth Element.
That's all right. Yeah, that's all right.
Which one?
The fifth one.
Fifth Element. Bruce Willis, Gary Oldman.
I've never seen that before.
If you've never watched the Fourth Element and the Third Element, then it doesn't make a lot of sense. But yeah.
Exactly. I should have seen it 30 years ago.
Oh, that's very odd, Kirby. I can't believe you haven't seen it until then.
I've been busy.
Okay.
Is that it, Kerb? Are you done?
Yes.
Adam, have you got anything to add to this section apart from?
I watched some more Orville, which gets better. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it's good.
I won't bother. Just carry on. I'll come back at the end.
Okay, well, no, because Mary does it at the end. We all know that. All right, Robert, you go first.
I've been watching The Amazing Race Canada, which is quite cool. The Masked Singer, Australian version. My Kitchen Rules, which is Australian as well. She-Hulk, I watched the first episode of that.
I haven't seen that yet.
That was okay. Bit light-hearted, which is good. I'm sick of...
Is it grown up, or can kids watch?
No, it's kind of kiddie safe kind of thing.
Okay.
I mean, even though they're... I shouldn't spoil it, but, even though there's a lot of cartoony type of violence, if you know what I mean. It's not really...
that's fine. I just meant, is it a sweary one, or are we looking
at... No, did somebody swear? I can't remember. I don't think so. No, it's more like a kiddie kind of...
Cool.
So, yeah, that was fine. Resident Alien is a very good show. Very, very funny.
Do you have more hours in the day in Australia?
No.
Because, you've watched an awful lot of stuff. I've got a list. Debbie watched nothing.
It's only one episode of each.
I'm going to wait for Resident Alien to finish the season, and then I'll sign back up to watch it.
If I go and watch again on Netflix, it'll tell me what I have been watching, if I did watch anything. It's usually food related, so I didn't think it was worth relating.
Oh, God.
Sorry, Robert.
Another good show is Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, so funny. You wouldn't think Selena Gomez, Martin Short and Steve Martin together, yes, but with Selena Gomez, and she's just as good as they are. So
she died.
Yeah. Very, very good show. I also finished watching Icons Unearthed, the Star Wars one, where you have Marsha Lucas, George Lucas's ex, talking about things which she hasn't really done so much of. That's well worth watching as well. So that's what I've been watching. Oh, and Top Gun Maverick. I saw that at last. And, excellent flight scenes in that.
Still not seen that.
Oh, it's well worth seeing.
I'll get around to it.
It's basically a retread of the first movies, really.
I'll get around to it as soon as it appears on one of the hooky film sites I've got.
Yeah, it already is.
No, not the one I've got. Is it? It's an awful Homer Simpson head cam.
No. This is a one with Korean subs.
I mean, I don't even know what those sites are, though. I don't. Does that even exist? I've got no idea. Debbie, did you really watch nothing?
Well, I might have put on a really late night Netflix food thing, but that's not really vital. But yeah, I've been outside and reading a lot. So
good on you.
I could tell you what I've been reading, but that's about
tell us what you've been reading.
I've been reading. I've got about 4 on the go, but I've definitely been reading Jurassic Park. I've also been reading The Beach and Pride and Prejudice again, as that's one of my favourites. And I'm also working.
I've never read that.
That's brilliant. One of my favourites. I'm also working my way through Doctor Sleep as well.
Very reedy. Go on then,
Is that very long?
Sorry?
Is that very long?
That's what.
Not really. No. It sort of rollicks along. It's pretty good.
I remember taking a year to read it, because that was like 1,500 pages or something.
Definitely got more of a swing.
Well, you ought to tell us what the book is that you were reading instead of. I mean, if you were reading it.
What do you mean? Oh, God.
He needs to tell us what
well, yes, Isla just went past as you made that pun. I couldn't tell what you were saying. Oh, God.
Adam, did
what
you
was
watch
it?
anything?
Tell us.
Adam, Grumpy Pants. Control Alt Delete. Adam. Oh, sod him. Well, in that case...
I think he's sulking.
I think he's gone.
What I've been watching, we've been watching James May, Our Man in Italy, which is on Amazon in this UK. Yeah, it is, actually. It's much better than the one in Japan.
He can fire us all.
You can't fire from a job you don't get paid for. You lot don't get paid. Oh, God, shush. That's in my contract only.
Yeah, he's not in his chair. Adam's gone.
Ah, good.
Yeah, you can't hear any farting noises, so it's definitely not there.
Well, let's hope he hasn't
taken
snoring to the toilet. No, just be wrong. And I watched some cricket. The 100's been on a lot. That's fantastic. A Knight's Tale, the film from 2001 with Heath Ledger.
I've never seen that, you know.
That's definitely worth the watch.
I'm going in to watch the second half of that when we're done here. I've been watching lots of football. I just need to point out that I'm incredibly annoyed that they've changed the term of the man of the match. I don't call it a man of the match anymore. Even in I get it in women's football. Man of the match, no, that's not the applicable term. Either player of the match, star of the match, lady of the match, woman of the match, whatever you want. That's fair enough. But in football, it's always been man of the match for men, and now they've changed it to player of the match. So it's all the same. You woke. That's all I've got to say about that. And next week on Saturday, I'm incredibly excited because we're going to see ABBA Voyage.
I know a friend who's seeing that right now.
My mum did. Loads of my friends are gone.
Robert, thanks for the link. And is everyone done with everyone?
What about Adam?
Well, Adam's not there, and if he did, he'd only say, well, I've not watched anything exciting. I've been too busy working. My life's so bad, I work in co-op. Or something. He'll never hear that. So, Mary, I think it's probably down to you.
Why don't you check to see if he is there?
Sorry?
Check to see if he is there.
I'm not wasting my time. Mary,
Debbie, is he there?
Kirby! Just because Adam doesn't tell you off doesn't mean I won't. I'm in control now.
To tell us what she's watched this week and what she's listened to in a Mustang, and also what was read in the world of Mary Blitzlang. And when it comes to big finish, she's the leader of the gang. So shut your mouths, pray silence here. Here she is, Mary Blitzlang.
Well, I love that intro.
You should have that when you walk into a supermarket.
Yeah. In terms of what I've been watching, most I've been watching baseball because I just like that.
Yeah. Love baseball.
Love baseball, yeah. And I've been watching, I'm continuing along, watching the Sopranos. I'm on near the end of the 5th season. There's only one more season to go.
I've never watched that. What do you think of it?
I love it. I watched it years ago. I used to check it out on video because I couldn't. I didn't have HBO back then, and now I do. So they still have it. And I'm on the last season of Westworld. Is it Westworld? Yeah, Westworld, which is just Totally bizarre.
Are you liking it though?
I don't know. It's one of those things where, okay, I've gone this far.
Might as well
go, because I can't say I like it because it's very violent, and I don't know, just very strange. So just hanging in there to see how it concludes. I see that the prequel to Game of Thrones is going to start, I think, today.
It's already started, yeah.
It started, okay, and then that feature...
Doesn't it have some actor named Matt Smith in it?
Matt Smith is
So
that'll be an interesting thing. In terms of...
I don't think he's been in anything else that I can recall.
Oh, he's been great in anything else he's been in. What I've been reading, I'm once more plowing through the Outlander novels, which I highly recommend to Deb to get into. There's 8 of them, and they're densely written. They're very big. Because the new one just came out recently, and I always do this because they progress along, so I like to go back and remind myself of everything that's come before. And it takes a while. It's like your yearly reading of The Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
A new Outlander novel comes out, and it's usually about every 5 or 6 years one comes out.
I've got the first 2, and I haven't actually read them. I was given them, and I haven't read them yet, but they're on my massive to-be-read pile.
Definitely. I highly recommend getting into the Outlander novels, which, by the way, if you haven't already heard the story, I'm sure Kirby has, because when... oh, God, I can't think. Who plays Jamie?
Fraser Hines.
Yeah, Fraser Hines loves to tell the story that he met the author who told him that she came up with the main character's name, who is Jamie Fraser, by using his first name and his character's name.
Wow.
So he has the honor of having a major character named after him.
Yes.
And she even honored him by inviting him to be in a couple of the first episodes, because they're making the series for television. And so he was in a couple of the first episodes. Anyway, so that's what I've been reading, and what I've been listening to on Big Finish is a 6 Doctor box set called Waterworlds. And what makes it interesting is that they're introducing their first truly disabled character. The actress is Ruth Madley, and she is a wheelchair-bound actress. And she's really good in it. I thought, oh my God, we're going all PC with our characters now, but she turns out to be she plays a very interesting character who overcomes her, wheelchair-bound existence, to do things. The other companion is Melanie, which is Bonnie Langford. So it's Colin Baker, Bonnie Langford, and this Ruth Madley, who becomes one of his new companions. That makes it an interesting. It's kind of in the old school 6 Doctor.
Which release is that, Mary?
He went into
the new 6 Doctor one, is it?
I'm sorry, what?
The new
6 Doctor one.
Yeah, it's a new 6 Doctor, and it's called Waterworlds. And I'd say it's a bit of a throwback to the way the 6th Doctor was done in early episodes. He got into some darker, more interesting stories, in my opinion, when he had the companions of Connie, and Flip. And I really liked those stories. These are more simplistic stories, more in the earlier mode of Big Finish.
Constance too, wasn't it?
Constance, that's her name.
Yeah,
Constance, Constance and Flip. I liked those stories a lot because they were more complex stories. But these are really good. And for anyone who wants to support, handicapped, who are happy to see these kinds of characters coming to the mainstream, this is a good set of stories. And that's it for me.
Well, thank you very much. Mary, you're a busy girl as well. Adam, you're back.
Yes.
That's mad. What's even more crazy is the fact that I've opened up the live stream on Facebook on my phone and it's doing live captions.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah.
Wow. It's now catching up with what I just started saying. Oh, Matt. I didn't say anything. I didn't say Matt. Now I've opened the live stream of Facebook on my phone.
You went, ooh, Matt Smith, you said.
Captions, yeah. It does. He's now catching up with what I just did. Started saying, "Oh, Matt, I didn't say anything. I did say I'd open the live stream on Facebook and my
I've still got Adam on there.
Went, oh, captions.
Every time I've turned on, they're there, and they're always getting us completely wrong. It's hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Anyway, that's what we watched this week. Which kind of leads us to the end of the programme today, which is a real shame.
Wait, what has Adam watched?
Oh, no one
cares.
Not even Adam
I meant
cares.
to say, though, I did listen to something.
Oh, what did you listen to?
I listened to State of Decay read by someone other than Tom Baker, and it's a really good
John Coleshaw,
version.
was it?
It's got John Leeson in it. It's brilliant. It's been really good on Audible. Just the one I found, and it's State of Decay, which is one of my all-time favourites, read by Tom Baker, because I had it on cassette when I was small. And it's a really good version, and yeah, it's really good.
I think the thing that everybody wants to know the answer to is, has Adam found the recovered file from Word?
No, I've just written better stuff.
Do we care?
The ironic thing was that when she got it, she said I should do writing.
Read it out to us.
You do.
And that's like an incomplete script, and she said I should do writing. She's quite.
Go on, read it out to us.
No, I've got to go in a minute.
No, Debbie, are you thinking this won't be worth staying around for?
No, because it won't work unless Jessica's doing the impressions, you see.
Downstairs, and it's not just the way it is, you know.
It won't work, and won't work unless she's doing the impressions, because it's a script for her to do some. She's given me a list of people she wants to do impressions of. So
read it out. Read it out.
No,
give us a gag.
You'll hear it when she's done it. I'm pretty sure it'll work on audio.
Well, that brings us to the end. Thank you very much for listening, watching, taking part, sending emails, adding to the live feed, eating cat juice.
Are there any any comments on the live feed?
No. No one's watching.
Yes, there is.
No one cares, Kirby. They've all gone. They said, hold on, here's a big one saying, I'm hanging up now. I'm not watching anymore. Thanks. Good night from everyone.
Oh, yeah.
So, no, that's it. So, we'll see you next week for episode 9027, when we'll be looking at...
Amy fell down to the ground.
We're looking at the Man United v Liverpool match that's taking place tomorrow night, I think, is going to be our main feature, and an episode of Blake 7. Awesome. Yeah. They're all crap. It doesn't matter.
I love Blake 7.
I used to love Blake 7 until I watched it again and realised that it is really bad.
Yeah, I did that with Tripods.
Very good.
No.
So I thought you liked Tripods.
I like Tripods.
No, Tripods is amazing, but watching it a second time.
Well, when you get on,
how I felt the first time I watched it.
You're a grown up now.
Watching the props and things. I love Tripods. I will never love Tripods
too.
But watching it a second time round was.
I wish they'd finished it.
Yeah, so did I.
Day of the Triffids was better the first time around as well.
Yeah, that was too.
Hey, which day of the Triffids?
I love Day of the Triffids.
Thursday. Anyway, let's say goodbye now, because it's 9 o'clock and we've all got lives to go and live, and I'm sure Mr. and Mrs. Podcast
It's 4 in the morning.
Isn't it?
It's only 4 in the morning, yeah.
Bloody hell, we've been doing this for 8 hours. I didn't think we'd be getting on that long. My clock stopped, it got that bored. So, we'll see you next week. Everyone say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, Fancy Pants.
Scarecrow.
Bye.
No. It was a photo of a young boy with a cuddly cock and balls.
So where is Adam not even going to say goodbye?
I waved.
He's right here, but he's busy writing his script.
I've finished it. I'm just
so
trying to...
20 Megabyte Doctor Who podcast is an APV Services production sponsored by whowon.co.uk, lavazi.co.uk. We are a proud member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance. Doctor Who is a trademark of the BBC. No copyright infringement intended.